Hey y'all, I am ready to decorate for fall. It may not be fall on the calendar just yet, but football has started, so as far as I'm concerned, game on, it's fall. Hi, my name is Rebecca and welcome to my channel. I am so happy to have each and every one of you here. And don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so that you know when I have come up with something that I think is good to share with you. I'm going to work on something that I have created for my front yard on a budget, so come craft with me. For this project, I took a trip to the Lowe's with my granddaughter. I purchased a 1/2-inch PVC cross for $2.69, a 1/2-inch by 10-foot piece of PVC pipe for $4.47, and 60 pounds of fast-setting concrete for $4.48. I choose Lowe's because they will cut the pipe for me, and it hauls a lot better cut in my little Kia. I purchased a pot at the Dollar Tree in the plus section for $5, and then I brought all of that home and started to put together my Scarecrow. I mixed 2 parts of concrete to 1 part water. I tried to contain the mess, but if you've ever worked with this dusty stuff, then you know that that's pretty much impossible. And I put my water in, I stirred it up, made sure that I did not have too much water in. I always add the water a lot more carefully until all of it's mixed up and absorbed. Once it was set, I put my PVC pipe in the center and I let it set for a couple of hours until the concrete had a really nice set to it. I had the Lowe's cut my 10-foot piece of PVC into a 6-foot section. And then with the remaining 4 foot, I had them cut it into 2-foot sections. I put the PVC cross in the center and then attached my 2-foot sections on either side to make the arms. I took some hot glue and I put it around the end of the PVC pipe. I had purchased 3 luau skirts from the Dollar Tree, and I put enough hot glue on the end of the PVC pipe to hold my luau skirt because number 1, the wind was fighting against me, and number 2, I did want a little extra security that the hot glue was going to provide. But I took the ends of the luau skirt that are made out of twine, the pieces that would wrap around your waist. I took those, crossed them, and wrapped them really, really tight around the remaining part of the luau skirt and the end of the PVC pipe so that it would not just turn loose and blow away. You are going to see me struggle in this video because I did not pull my work close enough to the plug-in, so I was stretching my cord. The wind was really kind of knocking me around. The only windy day that we had in that 2-week period of time was when I was outside trying to do something. Any other time it was just hot, still, muggy, but you know, that's just how it goes. I moved around to the other side and I did exactly the same thing and put my luau skirt with some hot glue around the end of the PVC pipe, and I wrapped the 2 pieces of twine very tightly around the PVC pipe and a little bit of the luau skirt so it would have something to grab onto, and made just a really tight knot. Now my Scarecrow has a couple of nice fluffy straw arms. You can use raffia on this project. I just had walked into Dollar Tree and seen that they had some luau skirts still available. Since it was going to be outside, I thought that I would use that. I'm going to use a painter's drop cloth. I use these painter's drop cloths. Any of the big box stores have them for $5 to $7, and I have already, of course, used this in another project because you can see I've been already cutting onto this thing at a different time. I like to use the painter's drop cloth because the fabric is very sturdy. This is going to be outdoors. It will hold up underneath the weather, the elements, and it also frays very nicely. I cut off the bottom pieces from where I had already been using this. And as you can see, the back is a little bit shorter than the front, but you'll never notice that once you get
this done, if you choose to do it the way that I did it, you're never going to notice the back, and it's still going to look very nice. I went up and underneath, arranged my drop cloth, and managed to cut a hole in the top so that my drop cloth would drop down over the top of the cross that was sticking up. It was just a hair taller than what I could see, so I was really just feeling my way through it and just kind of doing the best that I could, since I didn't want to get a ladder out and look at the top, because that to me would have been just a waste of time. So I'd rather just waste time trying to feel my way through life. That's just kind of how I roll with things. I arranged my sides. Once I had the piece dropped over the top, I arranged my sides and got everything the way, and I just took my scissors and just started slashing a little here and a little there, just because I know that the painter's drop cloths, they will fray like burlap, and I knew out of doors, under the wind and the rain and the elements, that it would probably fray really nice and give me an outdoorsy, rustic look to my Scarecrow. I cut the bottom off. I made sure that I left it uneven, kind of straggly, and made sure that nothing was necessarily uniform. Cut a few more areas in my Scarecrow. Then I had taken a piece of the painter's cloth and kind of made a necktie out of it. I just wrapped it around, made a nice big thick knot, and then took a lot of hot glue and attached that to the cross piece on the top and the painter's cloth that was draped around the shoulders. I wanted some definition of the arms, and so I just started kind of cutting in, eyeballing where I wanted the arms, left one piece a little longer than the other, kind of just to give it. And I was glad that I did this because my Scarecrow did have an unfortunate accident, but I wanted it to have a nice look to it, and I took some hot glue and attached the two pieces on the side together so it would just stay, because the wind was just giving me fits. I almost dropped this thing over a couple of times. It was just a hot mess, but I did manage to get it all put together. I had purchased a bucket at the Dollar Tree that looked like a jack-o'-lantern, had a cute little face on it, and I had taken some hot glue and put on the bottom and glued that to the top. Made sure that I got the fabric on the top along with the cross piece, and then I hot glued a cowboy hat from the Dollar Tree on the top, just a little straw hat, and then I was ready to put my hair on the top. I was fussing around with this. It was wiggling all over the place. Like I said, I didn't want to take the time to get out a ladder. I don't know why. I thought this would save me some time. I am out of frame, and I do apologize. But I cut the remaining piece off of the other end of the painter's cloth, and I cinched up around the center so that he would definitely have some definition, a little bit of a waist, and it tied my top piece and my bottom piece that were two different lengths together. I also figured out that I was out of frame, and so I tried to fix that. I put hot glue around the edge where the cowboy hat met the top of the jack-o'-lantern bucket and started gluing the remaining luau skirt that I purchased to the top to give him some hair. I made sure that he was even on both sides, so I gave him a little bit of haircut, and that is what I'm going to use to fix to the bottom underneath his little outfit and give him some legs. I did not put anything in the pot because I'm going to set this pot inside of the big pot that you can see off to the side that has some sweet potato vine in it, and I'm going to use that bigger pot to set him inside. I have some metal corn stalks that I had picked up at the Dollar Tree and I'm going to put those inside the sweet potato vine so that he looks like he is actually sitting in a cornfield. Now, he is really cute, and I thought that he turned out great. But I'm getting to the unfortunate accident. I set my Scarecrow inside the garage, and when I opened the garage to get him out and put him in the yard, he was headless. My garage door had knocked his head off, so I put 2 cuts into the side of the bucket. I just made my cuts with scissors, and then I ran a zip tie between the 2 little slits that I had made, and I zip tied his head like it's tucked under his arm to the top of my PVC pipe. It was kind of a little disaster that worked out in my favor. With or without a head, he's really cute. The total cost of my project is under $25.
So I hope that you have taken some inspiration by what I did and given you some creative ideas to bring some fall into your yard, your patio, your balcony, wherever you need some fall-esque spirit. So give me a thumbs up, and thank you so much for watching Crafts, Laughs, and Chaos.